little tired, so just bear with me. Had a long day, did like a good ass shift, so I'm a little tired. But that does not stop me from talking about movies, which that's what we do around here. Anyways, the movie that we're talking about today, let me pull out the notes, if I can find it, is the film New York, New York. New York is a drama musical romance about an egotistical saxophonist and a young lounge singer meet on VJ Day and embark upon a strained and rocky romance, even as their careers begin a long uphill climb. The film's runtime is 155 minutes. The rating is PG in color. The film's directed by, of course, the great Martin Scorsese, known for the films Main Streets, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and Taxi Driver. So yes, New York, New York, let's get right into it. So yes, this is a movie I didn't know nothing about. I went in here very raw. The only thing I knew was it was a musical starring Robert De Niro. And that's about it. And I gotta say, this may or may not be one of the most underrated Martin Scorsese's movies. I think this is a great film. I think it's a really good movie. I really dig it from beginning to end. I could tell the influences of some directors. Of course, Damien Chazelle, in a way, I think I don't know if he was influenced by this one, but I don't know, the jazz and everything just reminds me of Damien Chazelle. And yeah, this film is great. I think it has a good romance, plus just a great performance by Robert De Niro. And I thought this film is really good. The music, the score, the songs by, of course, the lead actress was just really good. And it was the original New York, New York theme, of course, which, of course, 2 years later, Sinatra made the big hit of doing a cover of it. And it was great. And this movie's great. The performances, you got Robert De Niro. Again, he plays this egotistical saxophone artist in which he meets this girl and I guess has a fond of her, and they work together, but his jealousy starts to truly come to terms, and he slowly feels that he's gonna be left behind. And I thought De Niro was really good as this character, very flawed human being by all means. He's not a perfect guy. And he's very, he's very egotistical. He wants things to go his way and his way only. And I think Robert De Niro played this character very well. His performance is great. And you also got his co-star, Lisa. How do you pronounce her name? Lisa Mantinelli. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Who's again a lead singer, and she's of course an actress, and also she's a really good singer. And co-stars with De Niro, and she gets called by De Niro, and at first she's like, oh, fuck off, but she slowly likes De Niro, and they work together. She sings for him while he does the saxophone, and yeah, she's good in the movie. I think her performance is great, and also just because these guys have just really good chemistry, which really helps the movie a lot. And just her singing is fantastic. I think just her voice is really good, and it works very well for this film. And yeah, she's great in this movie. And all around performances are pretty solid. The direction by Scorsese is fantastic. Again, Scorsese is one of the greatest directors of all time. And during the 70s, he made a lot of great movies. He did, in 70s, could be like his best year, some could say. And Taxi Driver is a genuine masterpiece. And yeah, his direction's really good. He does a musical, which is different, and I think he did just a very well directed film, and that it is really down to Scorsese. And the writing, the dialogue, the story, which this is a long film. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes, but I didn't feel the length. I really was just like, this is one of the few times where I'm like, I literally put myself in a movie, and I'm just going through this journey of them just being a musical, doing their tour, and it's great. I genuinely felt this film was very, the story was really interesting, and I was kind of hooked in a way, and it never lost me, and I was never bored by the film. The chemistry is really the best part of the film, and I think both of them just did fantastic. Both of them work very well together, and The cinematography, again, this is a very well shot film. The jazz and everything, how they shot them doing the musical scenes are fantastic. It's a very well shot movie. The music is fantastic. I think I just love some of the jazz to it, and when it does become a musical, it's pretty fun and pretty crazy, and I loved it. I had fun. I really loved it. And all around, I think New York is truly one of Scorsese's most underrated film. I genuinely really enjoyed this movie. I didn't expect to enjoy this movie a lot, because again, not many people, this wasn't the most high commercial film. Actually, at this moment in time, if I remember correctly, Scorsese was like kind of fucking done with his career after this movie, because it was such a failure. But he does a movie right after that I'm gonna see tonight, and I'm very excited to see it. And yeah, this film is great. I think it's really underrated, and I really enjoyed every minute of this movie. And I have not many flaws with this film, except for maybe just De Niro is a little crazy. Maybe too crazy in this film, where you're kind of like, all right, man, he's a wild card, that's for sure. But I think De Niro was great in this movie, and that's not even like trying to talk bad about his performance. I think his performance was still just really good. But yeah, this film is great. I have absolutely nothing wrong to say. So for that, it's not perfect. So I don't think it's amazing by all means, but it's really good. It's great, and I think it's a movie I would love to see again. It's really fun, and I just loved Scorsese's take on a musical. It was really interesting. And I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really genuinely felt this film was really good. It was great, and I had fun. It was fun, but it was also dramatic, because there's some moments where you're like, all right, the couple is losing its way. But yeah, I thought this film is great. And yeah, anyways, those are my thoughts for New York, and I'll see you guys in the next review.